back at it, I'm like, it was a really strong finale. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there were little things that I didn't love, but overall, yeah. I mean, I'm sad to see it go, but like, I'm glad that it went out with a nod to the fans, and it went out semi-positively. Like, yeah, you have to sacrifice, but like, that's the point of the show. It always has been that way. So.
And it's not the worst sacrifice possible. Like, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's like.
There was also redemption for him in a lot of ways. I also kind of want now a spin-off of him and
little Michael in the future. Because can you imagine that comedy series? Forget drama. I want a comedy series with Walter making jokes and Michael
speak.
Exactly. That's finding funny because Walter's such a talkative person, and he's like the kind of person who's gonna be driven crazy. So it's like The Odd Couple, but in like 167.
Yes.
See Warner Brothers, see what you're missing.
Well, I mean, that's like a web series. I don't think that's like a full-on spin-off.
That's a comic book series.
Although I will say, some of the pilots are bleak, and maybe that would be better. Yeah.
I mean, I was just like picturing them in the future, just them. Like,
I know. I kind of
deal.
wanted to see something. Like, I kind of wanted to know what happens. Like, I mean, we ultimately know they succeeded, but I kind of was hoping we would see a little bit of what it would look like. I didn't think intellectually they would give us that.
No.
But like, there's just the part of me that's so fascinated by that concept that I was like, I kind of, just for my own morbid curiosity, want to see how they do this.
I really will say, I was surprised by the pacing of the 2 hours, because the first half an hour of Liberty felt like there was a lot of unneeded filler. Like, I love Michael Severus, but it's like, do we really need to see Donald setting up the machine for that long?
Yeah.
Did we need to see so much of that? Like, we got, as we just, posted, Steph was talking about having part of the scene.
Yeah, well, that was...
And it's like the alt stuff.
But the alt stuff was, like, I'm glad they did it, because it's great to see those characters again, but even that, I thought that whole, like, well, I need to go get him and do this, and that, it felt rushed, and yet at the same time, it almost felt unnecessary.
I mean, it almost, it honestly, to me, it felt like it should have been its own episode, because her being over there, only because it's like, there weren't observers over there. The fact that they only chose to invade us, that's a fascinating concept. I mean, you think, hey, well, you guys can come help us and employ this thing. It's like, for Olivia, they thought, like, oh, let's reset time. It's like, you've been living a happy life here. You've got a family. Are you not only thinking, if this happens, my entire life could go away?
But I don't think that they were, because
they weren't.
In previous episodes when, Olivia was like, oh my god, we could get Etta back, like, you saw it on Peter's face where he realized that what if we don't, because we're not together.
Right.
She wasn't even thinking that way, because you're just...
Right. I mean, I'm just like, you would think that if someone's saying, hey,
you would, but I'm just saying that they didn't.
But it's like, the pacing of the first half an hour was a little bit off for me, and then I kept looking at my phone just to see the time for the last half an hour of the actual series of An Enemy of Fate. And I'm like, how is this going to wrap up in 30 minutes? It wrapped up, it ended up wrapping up fine, but I kept looking at, like, with 20 minutes up, I'm like, how is the series going to end in 20 minutes? I don't understand how they're actually going to fit what they need in. So I just, it's something that I think, again, with something when you are not just sitting down and writing, like, and I wrote a lot on that finale. It was probably the longest thing I've ever written for the show. I was up an awful long time, so I read it and I think it makes sense, but I'm not sure if I've just conditioned myself to believe it.
Well, that's why we also did this, because now you can talk about it.
There was like 3,500 words, I think. And I was like at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, this makes sense, I think, guys.
Clear it up, it's fine.
Well, no, and it's one of those things where the more you have time to think about it, the more you kind of examine all the other things. And it's like, I still have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of words to say about the finale, but that's not for now. Because I could really talk for another hour, and they don't want to hear that.
I mean, there's also, I'm curious when they release September's Notebook, like, if that's going to not change things, but if there are going to be things in there that make you think differently or more about certain aspects.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about that. I'm a little bit more hesitant about the 3 prequel books they're doing.
Oh, I'm so excited for those. Like, I'm gonna treat them kind of like the Carrie Diaries, where, like, they're kind of their own thing. And I'm not going to think too much about how they... I think you shouldn't have to do that, but I think that I'll enjoy them more if I do that.
I mean, I agree with that, because, like, the idea of... Do you know what the idea of having, young William Walter
I know!
is like...
That's why I love it, because, like, so many
Right.
before they all come together.
Right, and I'm really excited about seeing what Peter was like before that, because we didn't really get much of a insight into that after like the beginning of season 1.
Right.
I'm really hesitant about what the author has said about Olivia's
really
book.
read much about
And I'm
it.
just like, I love Olivia. I think there's so much to explore about her history that we just don't know.
Yeah.
But what they're trying to do with that one, it kind of feels like it's either going to be very interesting or a hot mess. And I'm kind of leaning more one way than the other. And that makes me sad, because it's like, this is a character with so much rich history.
But it's,
And it's also
it's also separate things.
And it's also
so
in
like,
the blue timeline, so it's kind of awkward in that, like, it's not even the timeline that we're currently.
Okay.
It's a little. I'm much more excited for September's Notebook.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
you guys should all check out.
Yeah.
By the way, it looks awesome.
Well, that was Fringe. I feel like we did talk for an hour.
We're like 25 minutes later,
that's
and we
okay
finished talking.
because people like Fringe.
You're
and
like, shut up, guys. We really are over this.
I doubt that.
And they're tired of us talking about it. They won't talk about it
Yeah,
themselves.
but I mean they're not
like,
over Fringe.
No. Hello.
Well, that was Fringe. So, you know, you can weigh in with what you guys thought about the finale if you haven't already done so.
Please don't yell at us too much.
There are things that you still want to talk about. I'm Danielle at Danielle TBD.
I'm Marissa at Marissa Rothman. Thank you.
Bye.